It might be as a playback singer or as a music director. What is that one piece of advice to all the youngsters that you can give?
Job ready because this industry has become more
Do you have any personal preparation before you record your songs?
the song. At least when I'm doing it. Which is my stamp. So even if they don't ask me, to,
Hello everyone, welcome to Rao San Stars. So today's our guest is singer Devan Ekambaram, who has completed 25 years as a playback singer and got introduced by A.R.Rahman Garu for the song O Maria in 1999 from the movie Premikula Roju. Apart from that, he was also featured on Rolling Stone magazine. Mr. Devan Ekambaram. Good to see you, sir. Welcome.
thank you, thank you.
As you have completed 25 years, so I really wanted to know your best memory.
It all seems like yesterday. The first memory I had was when I first met Balu Garu in 1992. I was 16 then, and I met him through one of his relatives at the time, and he came on a US tour then, and on a Sunday, my band, we were called Geetanjali. We all like assembled because our lead singer was his distant relative, so he visited us at his residence. So for me, it was like, wow, super fanboy moment to finally meet the man, I've been adoring for years and listening to his voice and right from childhood. And then I got to play guitar in front of him and we were singing. I remember I was strumming and he was singing, "Bahut pyar karte hain, tumko sanam," because that time Sajan was very big and he was doing the whole Salman Khan era at that time. So all the Hindi songs were of Salman ji were by him. And that was amazing. And I think after I met him, I really realized that I think this was an industry I definitely wanted to somehow enter.
How is this collaboration worked with SPB Garu because you have composed a lullaby?
So when I first came to Chennai, actually I was in my first year of college, summer holidays. Charan was in his, I think, early MBA holidays. Since we're both, back in the US at the time. So he said, "I'm coming to India," and I just also happened to be coming to India with my family for that summer. And he said, "Why don't you come over and be with me and my family for a couple of weeks during that time?" And that was a wonderful invitation by Charan. And that's when we decided we're going to jointly do an album together. We signed up with the record label Magnason, which many of you would know. They did a big label at the time, and they had done many of Rahman sir's films like Roja in Hindi, and then Gangmaster in Telugu, that famous song that Balu uncle had sung. Hello, hello, Premalekha, phone chesa, Ramalekha. I don't know the lyrics, but those are some great times, and that's how we signed up with Magna Sound in '95. And when we finished about 8 songs, then we were like, let's just round it off on a ninth. The 9 was a better number than 8. Um, and then I just casually asked Tara, "Would your dad be willing to sing on the album?" He said, "Of course he would. Why wouldn't he?" So I remember me and Charan together. We had our lyric writer, Mr. Venkatesh, um, and we sat on SPB says Portico, like on the roof of the Portico, with an acoustic guitar one afternoon, and we just composed it together. And then we went to Thirunagari Studios like just before I was flying back to the US, and we recorded his voice. And it was one of the most amazing experiences to listen and watch SPB sing my composition, and he allowed a few changes to that interaction. First, everyone is like scared, like they don't say anything extra. It's getting his time is a big deal, but he allowed me to voice my opinions on what I would have wanted in the take, and can we do it again and whatnot. But it's amazing to see his discipline. I have watched him record different songs, and he could take even the lousiest of songs sound magnificent. And I've watched that where he would be a very cheesy lyric, cheesy song, and the amount of soul he put in that song, because he treats every song like it's his first recording. That's one thing I love. By Balu said.
So you were born in US. Was it difficult for you to record in other languages like Telugu?
As long as the lyricist is there, I'm okay with that. I think I've improved a lot. As long as they're there to guide me on my pronunciation, which I've done over the years, they say, which is the mansu or whatever, like words like that, which la or where I have to, stress on. Because I have the same issue in Kannada. Because in Kannada, they have like, odage, like their laws are different.
Right.
So, namage, priti, namage, all these different words. And like I said, so there are sets of syllables I would say that are what do you call symbolic to each language. Like in
Right.
Tamil, you have the ras, like viri, vali, panni, like all these, yeda panna porom, the nas, the different types of syllables. Malayalam, I won't even attempt. That's like too dangerous for me, and I'm not. I don't want to ruin their language. But Telugu, Tamil, and Kannada has been pretty easy as long as
Hmm.
the lyricist is happy. Even when I did Manasa from Yema Chesavi, I had Anantakrishnan Gaaru, who's the lyric writer. So as long as he was okay, he wanted to the whole take. So as
Right.
long as the lyric writers are there with me, I have no issue.
Do you take help of any translators to understand the meaning and feeling of a song?
I mean, by hearing the song, you know what it's about. I mean, you know that it's a Patti song.
Dave, just taking forward from what Nishitha was asking.
Mm.
So, when the language is alien to you,
Yeah,
do you say,
yeah.
when the language is alien to you, do you ask the lyricist to give you the meaning of the song to know the feel, or just the music
Uh,
is to you?
Most of the time, when the lyricist is there, they automatically explain it to me even before I ask. So they would say like, this is a situation, this is a line, and so they narrate the whole feel of the song,
Mm.
and then I just take it from there. And then I ask them, is this how you want it? Especially I ask the music director first, am I singing it the right way? Then I ask the lyricist, am I pronouncing it the right way?
Right. Do you have any personal preparation before you record your songs?
A cup of tea. That's it.
Oh God, that's the shortest preparation ever.
That's it. I have just a cup of tea. I just hear the song a couple of times. The song, at least when I'm doing it. So which is my stamp. So even if they don't ask me to do certain things, I volunteer and say, let me do this, let me do that. And they're open to it. That's why when I did a song like Premante Sulukadra, so
Right.
there it's like a lot of harmonies. I did the no, 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 Allah chapku, manasunte, margamuntadi, say, and so they'll be like, say ante. There's like three other layers that I'm, chati chaputa. That's a high note. Now, chati chaputa. So that's sustaining one on top of the other. So
Right.
I did that. So Manigaru was really happy with it, along with Surya sir and Ratam Garu. So these are the liberties I would say they've been very open with me, at least since they're letting me put my stamp on their songs. Same thing with the MHS. I layer like 8 layers. Every, every, jantaga anukuntado. So there's like 8 layers of it.
Mm.
Every, jantaga. All these things I'm doing. But
Okay.
there's 8 stacks of voices that I've done.
Okay.
So those are moments. Even with Smile, I did the same thing. మనసే దోచే పదహారుల పువ్వయ్య 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 all those different layers will be there when you
Oh.
hear the song.
You have sung many duets with other singers, and how does that collaboration works with other co-singers?
That usually doesn't happen anymore. The only time it really did happen was maybe in the early 2000s, where they would put, if I'm doing a female male duet, I have sung multiple times along with Anuradha Shriram ma'am and Sujata ma'am. Those are my two
Mm.
major duet partners for both Tamil and Telugu.
Mm.
And we've sung variety of songs together, both Sujata ma'am and Anuradha ma'am. So sometimes I would go first and they would go after, or sometimes they would put like a wooden wall between both of us. I'd be on the left, she'd be on the right, and then
Mm.
we just sing together. And then whoever makes a mistake, we just redo that one
Oh.
portion. Yeah. But these days that's not all the case, because you don't even know like whether you're the final singer or not. It's very iffy, who's the final person. And
Mm.
today it's so I don't want to use the word messed up, but it's very like haphazard that you can have one song featuring 4 to 5 singers for the one actor.
So I really wanted to ask you this thing, like, which is your favorite song? I mean, from the songs that you have sung. Can you sing that for us?
Um, okay, in Telugu, I would definitely say I like two songs that I've sung with. Monati daka nenu college first Nuvachake ayyale zero student too. That was from the movie Suri. And then I really loved my song that I've sung. That was from Vidyasagar Garu, that film for Chakri, J.D. Chakravarti sir. Then I did another film 2002 for Venkatesh Garu with the music of Haris Jayaraj. The film was called Vasu. The song called Kanipinchavule Priya Chupinchali Nivule Napaideya Tali Premayale Priya Nalo Kanti Papake Nivelaya. I have no clue what I'm singing. I just remember these syllables in my head. So I'm just singing based on whatever memory I remember of the tune.
Oh,
Is it?
Mar.
Oh Maria, oh Maria, oh Maria, fruit charia, na dunia, email love letter nidaya. సాగరానికి ఫిషింగ్ నెట్ ప్రేమించడానికి ఇంటర్నెట్ దేశం నుంచి దేశం వీచే ప్రేమావళ.
You have worked with A.R.Rahman Garu and also Ilayaraja Garu. How is that experience working with them?
Okay, obviously both are living legends. They're two different geniuses. And with Raja sir, the biggest thing is he is an architect. So he wants his song a certain way. So he's already built up everything before the singer goes and even sing. Okay, and then even an improvisation of putting an extra sangadi somewhere, sometimes he might not like it, so you kind of have to do it in a rigid, way and give him what he wants in his song.
Right.
And that's how I've witnessed with him. Whatever I've done maybe about 4 or 5 songs for him. Uh, for whatever I have, that's what I noticed that he wants it this way. Whereas Rahman sir builds everything around the singer. So like first he checks, is this Shruti okay with you? Are you able to hit all the notes comfortably? Which is like the best thing any composer can do for a singer because every singer has a different vocal range, right? So some people can sing low, mid, some people can sing high. I can't sing what a Sid Sriram or a KK Garu, late KK Garu is a good singer. They're very high tenor range. Singers like me or Srinivas or Uniman sir, we have the more of a baritone type of this range. So he every song I recorded for Rahman sir, he pitched it down for me. He made sure that it's in the range that I'm comfortable with. And then he makes the music. And then he also takes your input. He's very open to, okay, what is it you are adding to my song? Be it vocally and also instrumentation. If there's a musician, he lets them add their flavors and their contribution. So that's an actual collaboration.
Who is the very difficult person to work with?
I wouldn't say anybody because it's all about how is your mood that day. I have had days where I would have just been lousy. I would not have been in the best mood. It just wouldn't have been happening the right way. It's like you just say it's a good day or a bad day. So I wouldn't say it's the person. It's there are days that I would have not liked the song. I mean, no matter how big the composer was, I wouldn't have gelled with the song as much. But I have to just do it because yes, I'm hired to do the song. Uh, so the difficult thing only is how you take it. I look at it as a personal thing. Of course, and remember, everybody's a different person. Some people are moody. Some people might, have a little bit of a chip on the shoulder. They want to show that I'm the big fish, and so you have to listen to what I have to say. Some composers might want to, belittle if you make a mistake. What you don't even know how to sing in pitch. I mean, there are composers like that I've worked with, but then there's always like a great composer like Rahman Sir who won't discourage you. He would say that was a great take. Let's do it again, but just be careful on these notes when you go up next time. To say it like that, as opposed to, yeah, what is this singing at? You don't know how to sing in pitch. So I have had senior composers who would say things like that, which will not just to me, but to many people. I'm just saying.
See, you donned various hats. You've been a vocalist, you've been a vocal arranger, you've been a music director. What gives you the biggest high when it comes to these three aspects of yours?
Actually, I mean, see, if somebody tells me, David, I love, like recently I had a Tamil song that I had sung in 2003, which suddenly I just made a small lip sync video of it when I was in Australia. And that's like crossed like 3 lakh views, on Insta. And people are like, remembering that song, that's not available on streaming platforms. But I just did it just because I thought, let me just remind people of the song. But I did not know that this had such an impact on people because when the song released in 2003, I got a lot of hate mail that they're like, there's this idiot named Devan that's come from USA shouting like a madman. And they like nicknamed me like Rubber Vai. So they're like, why is this guy trying to sing? So I thought they hated the song, but that was one of my most, what do you call it, proud songs that I worked on where I sang, I rapped, and I did a whole a cappella section in the song, which is, for you and Shankaraj. Those are that was probably after Smaya, I would say that was one of the songs I was very proud of. But unfortunately, at that time, I got a little bit, a little bit of negative criticism. But now, post 2023, everybody's digging on that song and telling me how they loved it when it came out. And, they still listen to it today. It's on their playlist. And why haven't I performed it on stage? Because I never performed it on stage. So
Can
that's
you
one thing I
perform for
love.
us now?
It's in Tamil, though.
No
It's
worries.
fine.
All right. So, Venus, Venus, Penne, golden fish canale, நீ என்னை மிதக்க வைத்தாயே. Minus, minus degree, ஐஸ் கட்டி கிசாலே, நீ என்னை சிலிர்க்க வைத்தாயே. Hey London, Paris, பெண்கள் உன் போல் இல்லையே. Brahman, over time will செய்த சிலையே. உன் மைக்ரோ இடையை கொஞ்சம் ஸ்கேனிங் செய்யவா. Enlarge, enlarge, செஞ்சு பார்ப்போமா. Oh, what was that when you said? A vocal arranging. Yeah, like vocal arranging is what I would say. That. And then as a composer, when someone likes the song that you have created, anything that has to do with creativity, it's like, so if it's just my singing, I'm like, yeah, that's nice. Like, I don't know if you remember. Have you seen the movie Son of Surya?
Surya, son
Right?
of Krishna.
Oh, that's right. That's what I meant. Surya, Son of Krishna. So the entire scene where Surya Garu is wooing Samira Garu on the train, there's a BGM you would have heard. Ooh, tururu, 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 ooh. So all that I arranged in the background score. That's my voice you're hearing throughout the train sequence, wherever there's any meeting between Surya and Samira.
Right. You have also worked for Sahasam movie, right? You have also
Sahas.
yes.
Oh yeah, that was for the late Shri. He passed away, by the way, the
So
composer of the song.
different track. It has some different tone. So is it your idea or whose idea was that? Like, is it music director?
Okay, first I want to know: do people actually remember that song? Because it was a rolling credits song,
Yeah.
right? So I still remember we recorded that in a hotel. Believe it or not, in Vadapan.
Oh my
There
God.
was a hotel. There was a hotel called Maurya Hotel, just
Mm.
right next to Kamala Theatre. And I was meeting Shri after a long time, and I said, "Hey, what's up, man?" He's, I have this film called Sahasam, and then he's playing it for me, and I said, "This is like country music, right? It's like like I am out on the barn, going to get my guitar." I mean, typical white man country music. And he goes, "Oh, Sahas," and he said they were just. He said, "Have fun with it." So I said, "I'm gonna just." I actually sang it like a parody. I just was literally making a spoof on the song. I didn't know, but I got a lot of good response from different people who said I liked how you enunciated the word.
Yeah.
Sa song. If you want to do something crazy, and this is what you do. There was like a bridge to the future. Vesukundu vellu. Yeah, I was really. I just laugh when I think about it because aga kaga 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 ku antunde gunde chappudu. Oh, Sahasam. Like I was literally just playing with the lyric. Like I was like, I have to have a laugh because I wasn't taking the song seriously.
Right.
You know, I was like, all right, is this for real? I mean, you're really gonna do this, country, like a hardcore sa some. So I just really put all of my, memories of country music onto the song, and I really just thought, okay, what's gonna happen to this song? Is anybody even going to remember this song? But then when it came out, and then people said, "Oh, David, I really enjoyed that Sahasam song you said." I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me!" I said, "I made a spoof. I'm like literally doing it like a parody. Like I'm delivering it as a spoof." But Sri liked it. The composer liked it. We
Even
sang it.
even we
Huh?
like even we
The,
like
really? These are some funny things because there are some songs that I would have sung
Mm,
where I would have either laughed it off or I would have really been like, "Why did I have to sing this song?" And then when somebody says that the song is a hit or like we really liked it, I don't know what to react. It's like because one thing I've realized now in the 25 years that I'm here is that not everything that I like
mm,
somebody else might like, and not everything that I don't like shouldn't be like. So I might like something that they don't, and vice versa.
right.
And I've seen it with some of the songs. I would have really put so much effort on one song, and that would have like not gotten the recognition that I would have thought it deserved.
Any song that reminds you where you put in an effort and it
Okay,
didn't turn out.
I sang both these songs both in Tamil and Telugu. In Telugu, it's Priyaralu Pilchidi, where I sang Smaya. In Tamil, both those films came out within 2 months of one another. The Kandugodin Kandugodin. And then in Telugu, the film was the second film I'm talking about was called Naga. It was for Junior NTR Garu. So in Tamil, the film was the original Kushi. In Tamil, so the song was called Macarena. So Macarena I finished in 2 hours. Macarena, okay, Dana, Magagarina. Sometimes you remember that song, right? So
Yeah.
those two versions. One I did for Vijay Garu in Tamil, the other was for Junior NTR Garu in Telugu for Naga. So both like very like painless. Painless as I just did it, fut fut. It was done within 2 hours. Uh, went out for lunch after. But both the Tamil and Telugu version of Smaya, I would have put in easily 6 to 7 hours on the song. But
So
then when the charts came out, Smaya would have been at 18 and Macarena was at 3. So I was like, okay, I guess not all that I think that should be up there is up there. Audience is like something else, and that's when I realized that the audience, we're here to please the audience, not me. Whatever I want to listen to, I can listen to it in the privacy of my own home. I don't have to, that's like when you talked about Sahasam. I only laugh when I think about the song and then how he recorded it, because I would be doing each spoof line, I'd be singing, and they hear like, chala bandi. I'm like, are you for real? Because I'm trying so hard not to laugh. Oh, sad stuff. Like I'm singing like that, and he's like, boundary, boundary. I think you gotta be serious. I said, all right, great. So another song I had the same reaction was from a film called Nuve Nuve.
nube nube.
Computer, computers to arts, science, maths, commerce, ilandi tandaru, do sensu. So I was like really being sarcastic and I'm singing Tata Birla Tanatanan Porali. And then Chadutonde daily. That's the way, we like it. So that was actually an English song bit from the 70s. That's the way, we like that. That bit alone is from a English track from the 70s.
For this movie called Nove Nove, how is this collaboration worked with Koti Garu?
Koti Garu was the first music director I worked with. Just as in, I met him personally in '95. During that time, I was visiting Charan and we were doing the album. So in Kodarmani Studios, if I was on the first floor using the studio for our album, he's recording downstairs with the full team. That's when I first heard of him, the Koti and Raj Koti unit. So I had first sung Woke Mata. That was a film I sang. Raja 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 Chola. Tara, 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 tara. So I remember my lines were something like that. That was the first song I sang. And then I sang continuously for him, because he was right here in Kotrapuram in Chennai, hardly about 20 minutes from my house. So almost every other month I sang films like Premiste Ento Great to Actually. This Gopinti Alludu, is that it?
Yeah,
Balakrishna Garu.
Gopintalu.
That was like my only duet with Chitra Garu. So that was an exciting moment to do the duet with her. Pada pada mante parugulu tise vayaside basic and all these English words coming in between. And then I did other films. One Dr. Rajkumar movie. Pivare pivare nimisham nazuku nandi naku vasam. Right, that was a song with him and Ramba. Then Nuve Kavali. అమ్మమ్మలు తాతయ్యలు విప్పే నీతులు చిత్తాలన్నీ నుంచి we want freedom, we want freedom. That was a fun song. And I remember one of the last song I sang was మనసి కొంచెం దించగా తందా 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 తందా. Hey, and he had a lot of funky songs that he gave me. I did do quite a variety of tracks for him that I remembered, and he was very encouraging. I really appreciate that about him. Those were all straight Telugu films, but there was no Tamil to Telugu dubbing. It was, first only in Telugu.
If I have to ask you that important lessons that you have learned from all the music directors that you have worked so far, what are those?
I would just say I learned how to be a better professional. I would say that's one thing. When I'm going into the studio, I'm no longer biased about the tune. I just want to deliver because they're trusting me with the job. They're trusting me with the job. Because I remember actually Swapnesh was there when another director friend of mine, he was our video director named Ravi Menon. So we three, me, Swapnesh, and Ravi were just hanging out in my apartment back in 2007. And then I think I was just kind of like making fun of some of the songs I thought were crappy songs that I've sung. So my friend Ravi then said, David, stop right there. People have trusted you based on your voice to sing this song. I mean, that really hit me. I said, they've trusted you. They could have not called you, but they chose to call you, to sing for their music, and they were proud to have you on that project. So don't mock it. Then I realized, okay, that does make a lot of sense because not everything, like somebody who likes vanilla ice cream, I'm not a fan of vanilla ice cream. I want chocolate, but that doesn't mean that they're wrong and I'm right, or that their taste is wrong and my taste is right. So that's what really, I would say, straightened me out over the years, is that I don't have to hold on to my opinion regarding a song, whether I have sung it or someone else has sung it. Somebody's liking it, which is why it's being made as being, even today I have a lot of difference of opinion on certain songs that might get lakhs of views. But
Let's start with rapid fire round. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yes, I'm excited. Western or classic music?
I'm more into West.
Okay, instruments?
Just because I don't understand the knowledge of my classical music is very limited for me, so I'm more into the Western.
Instruments or a cappella?
Wow, that's a tough one. I go for instruments.
Playback singer or concerts?
They're both. It's like the concert doesn't happen without the playback singer. So I need to be a playback singer to do it properly.
Only one.
Okay?
You have to pick only one.
A playback singer.
Okay. Favorite place to perform live?
Any open air stage I love. Any college event, that's great.
Night owl or early bird when it comes to recording?
Night owl. I mean, if I start in the evening, I can go. Getting up early is a difficult thing. To wake up the voice is not that easy.
For all the aspirants who really wanted to come into this industry, it might be as a playback singer or as a music director, what is that one piece of advice to all the youngsters that you can give?
First is have another job ready because this industry has become more and more diluted. It is no longer a niche or a certain, group alone can monopolize the industry. It is so wide open, and the thing is, there's more and more people coming in every day, which means the longevity of somebody's career is also reducing. I was lucky that I got the opportunity at the time that I did, when things were a lot different than they were today. Number two, don't think you've succeeded before you've succeeded. That's something I've noticed a lot with the younger people, is that they would have just gotten a great rave review on performing somebody else's song on a reality show, and now they think they're the big kahuna, where in fact you're not. It was just one moment you had, and it was appreciated, but keep proving yourself. Your merit and your talent and your art has to keep growing, and let others speak for you. And one last thing for the younger generation, for God's sakes, respect the stalwarts before you.
Artificial intelligence has been taking over every place. Like even in music, uh,
Which is bad. That's killing. Artificial intelligence is bad. It's gonna eventually destroy mankind's ability to think. Because if they're gonna ask, like, okay, people are doing that now, even just to write an essay in college. If you can't use your brain, then we're all might as well just be dead. If you can't use the sixth sense, as we always call it, what you say in Tamil, we say it's your brain. Then what's the difference between you and a donkey? Like, if you can't.
so yeah, it was wonderful talking to you, Dave.
It was nice talking to you, Devan Garu.
Thank you so much, Nesh. Thank you.
Thank you for giving your valuable time. And for more such kind of podcasts, please like, share, and subscribe to Rao San Films.